HYBE has a problem with girl groups. This company that houses some of the biggest boy groups like BTS, TXT, 17. This is a company with an incredible roster and management of boy groups. Now, of course, the company isn't perfect in dealing with them, but nonetheless, they're A game when it comes to boy groups. But with girl groups, it's a different story. And this is a story that dates back to HYBE's earlier days, when they weren't really HYBE, but rather a group of smaller companies. Back in Big Hit's earlier days, they only had a few artists, such as BTS and a girl group named GLAM. GLAM was the first girl group that was created by Big Hit and another company called Source Music, both of which are now under HYBE Corporation. This girl group promoted from 2012 to 2014 during BTS's early days, until one of the members, Taehi, blackmailed one of Korea's most famous actors. Now, why she went to blackmail is a whole mess that you can find online, but her reasoning was due to her needing a huge load of money to pay off her agency, Big Hit. Now, Big Hit got criticized for not being able to properly manage the girls, and also forcing the girls to pay such a large amount to the point that they were forced to go into illegal measures. And in the end, Taehi would go to prison, and GLAM would disband and fade away into history. Now, after this, Big Hit never debuts another girl group, perhaps from their trauma of having to deal with GLAM. But Source Music did debut one girl group that went on to do very well, GFriend. Now, in 2019, HYBE Corporation was born and bought out a bunch of companies such as Big Hit and Source Music. But by the summer of 2021, it was suddenly revealed that GFriend, which was probably the most popular girl group within the HYBE umbrella, suddenly disbanded. Now, there are reasons such as their contract ending and the members wanting to do solo activities, but there were articles in which the members stated themselves that they didn't expect disbandment. If anything, some of the reasons for disbanding seem to have lied with Source Music and HYBE. I always joke about how HYBE didn't want to keep GFriend because that way they could focus on their next girl group. And of course, I don't know this for sure, but the truth is, the girls didn't seem to be satisfied with the contract that their company was giving, so much to the point that they preferred to just leave, despite their group doing fairly well at the time. And that brings me to my next girl group, Sserafim. This girl group had a lot of anticipation because it was really the first attempt at making a girl group since HYBE's inception in 2019. And it also included big names like Sakura, who was one of the centers of IZ*ONE. But disaster quickly struck because days before their official debut, Le Sserafim's Kim Karam became the suspect of school bullying and inappropriate behaviors during her school days. Now, the news got so bad to the point where HYBE had to force her to be inactive during much of Le Sserafim's debut promotions. And it was here where HYBE's true colors seemed to show. Unlike most other idol accusations, Karam's case was unique because there were a lot of photos of her doing crude acts. And HYBE, in their random nature, seemed to be covering for Karam as much as they could, until weeks later, they eventually gave up and forced Karam to terminate her contract. Now, as to whether or not HYBE really believed in Karam is unknown. However, what is clear is that HYBE's actions were inconsistent. Initially, HYBE was very swift in denying the rumors and protecting Karam, and they gave plenty of responses asking for the public to be patient while they looked into the issue. But the thing is, so many photos and rumors were circulating that it became hard to believe in HYBE at that point. So eventually, after a few weeks, HYBE gave up on defending her. Now, I understand that this may have been done to protect Le Sserafim, but it seems to have been such a wasted effort from HYBE's end. And it's also an embarrassment because a large company like HYBE should have done proper background checks on all of their members. And this makes me think that HYBE either didn't care about Karam's true history, or they just didn't put enough effort in finding her history. HYBE's incapable reaction to this controversy is one of the reasons why I think the company received major backlash, and also caused Karam's controversy to overshadow all of Le Sserafim's debut. Now, NewJeans is a group I genuinely feel good about. No problematic members, no bad management from their company, and their music is actually really good. However, controversies arose from the fact that some of these girls were incredibly underage, and songs like Cookie were seen as too sexual for these young girls. Now, I'll definitely say that this kind of controversy is less of a topic compared to the other controversies I spoke about. And I think as long as HYBE looks back at their past mistakes, I have a good feeling that NewJeans may become one of HYBE's top girl groups, one that they can really be proud of. And I'm not saying that Sserafim can't be HYBE's pride as well. It's just that they had such a tragic beginning that really put a big stain on their reputation. But yeah, that was the history of HYBE's experience with girl groups. A two-sided history of one of Korea's biggest K-pop labels. A company with a near immaculate record of boy groups and a very tainted record of girl groups. Let me know what you guys think about HYBE and their girl groups. What issues did you guys find? And what do you disagree with? Put your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.